Welcome back to Daily Dose. My name's Robert. That's my pal Susan in the midst of a thunderstorm in Austin and enjoying her. So if she looks off to the side, don't worry. She's just fascinated by nature.
Yes, and just drawn to the lightning is just fabulous. Yes, yes.
Drawn to the lightning. Nice phrase. I want to bring up a potential lightning rod issue, and I think one that fits right with the yes and exercise world, especially where we are right now. Structurally, we have been reticent to use the term support group, right? Because of stigma around what support groups can feel like. And I don't mean to, disparage those that are successful and doing well by their communities. The common complaint is that I hear and that I felt is that the worst only is heard or is focused on to such a degree that people leave feeling worse and they don't actually
Wow.
they don't truly grow from what's
They're
going
not
on.
lifted at all.
Right. So even though it had been suggested, and especially during the PhD program, oh, this is a support group, and I go, no, don't do that. Now, outside of the PhD, established as a nonprofit, I'm beginning to look at and see the benefit maybe of us leaning into that term. How do you feel about that proposition, about us being seen as a reinvented, reimagined, recreated support group?
Absolutely, we need to do that. That is what the world will always think we are. And whether we attach different adjectives to it, which we've done in the past, we've called it novel, which I think is beautiful. We've I've said unique several times in letters that I've written. Support group doesn't have to have a negative connotation and doesn't across the board. Uh-oh, what?
You almost said something there, and I'm going to write it down. I love it so much. You said support group doesn't have to, and I immediately said suck.
Oh, Robert, I was not going
I
there.
know you weren't, but I am because I like that. Because I really, it is direct, right?
Support,
And
not suck.
what I mean by that, because what the report and complaint about support groups, some of them, is that people feel like their soul or their joy is sucked out of them. So
Yeah.
if we come
Oh.
forward and say support groups don't have to suck, support groups can support. That would be the positive way of saying it. A support group that gives support group that offers joy. However it is we want to wordsmith or phrase this, we can reimagine the term support group that is well established. And by the way, it is the standard of care for the medical world. They point to that and go, well, you have support groups, and then there's not enough voice on the other side that says, yeah, but our support group sucks.
It's the only thing they have to offer, and they don't even all offer it.
Yeah. And we can answer that on both ends, especially as we, in a way, democratize how we offer what we offer. If we're off of this idea of improv, which could silo us or narrow us, people go, ooh, is that for me? And then people go, I couldn't teach that or whatever. Go, no. I need you to be a support group leader. People go, oh, well, I could do that. And by the way, here's how you're going to do that. You're going to play. You're going to listen. You're going to let the group lead and give them wide boundaries to play with them. Now that sounds pretty reasonable, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It's a little tricky though because it's a whole paragraph and not a short phrase.
You, as a word nerd like me, know that
Uh-oh.
we will find our way through that. I have zero problem or doubt about
Okay. Yeah.
finding our way through. It's the lightning rod, back to your storm metaphor, of grabbing support group and saying, again, they don't have to suck.
Well, when you said we don't want to suck the life out of people, or however you said that, that has a slightly less edgy connotation than to say it sucks. That's judgment. It feels like
Yeah.
judgment. To
Oh
say,
yeah, it is.
we want to infuse you with life. We don't want to suck the life out of you, the joy out of
Right.
you.
And this is where I think it's important too. We might have different messaging in different places. Like that message might play well in the YOPN community. They be a little younger and really want more of a, speak that way, where maybe folks who are older, might be like, yeah, that sounds a little abrasive. We can yes and our way through that. I mean, it depends how it's offered. We're not we're a big tent company.
Big what? Tent?
Big tent. Lots of people lots of room for lots of people.
That's nice. And
Let's
it's a
talk
nice,
more big tent stuff when we come back.
you got it.
All right.